for the project of DT089 and 080 worked on as a team. In this screencast we will be talking about firewalls, honeypots and antivirus software and encryption. We will be discussing each topic in short for this screencast to give you a general idea of our overall project and what we achieved in it. So why is internet security important? First of all, it helps protect you from identity theft, such as personal information being stolen and used in fraud. It protects large and small businesses from the same things, but also stops people stealing certain information that they don't want out there, such as research and other topics. And it also provides protection for secure files, such as maybe your online banking or other personal information that you might be storing on your PC. We'll now go on to talk about firewalls, just in short after this.
Hello, my name is Mark Armstrong and today I'll be discussing firewalls. What are they? A firewall is a system designed to prevent unauthorized access to and from a private network. How do they work? A firewall examines traffic passing through a network and either permits or denies the traffic based on a set of predefined rules. Why do we need this sort of protection? To protect personal computers and networks against threats from the internet, such as offensive websites and potential hackers. Hardware firewalls. Packet filtering. Packets are analyzed against a set of filters. Packets that make it through the filters are sent to the requesting system and all others are discarded. A proxy service. When a computer accesses a website, the proxy server checks the website to see if it's allowed or not. If allowed, the proxy accesses the website on behalf of the computer. If not, access is denied. Stateful inspection is a newer method that doesn't inspect packets but compares them to a database on trusted information. If the comparison yields a reasonable match, information is allowed through, otherwise it is discarded. Software firewalls. Software firewall are applications which control network traffic to and from the computer. A software firewall will protect the computer from outside attempts to control it or gain access to it. This type of firewall will only protect the machine on which it is installed and not an entire network. Okay, here's a diagram of a firewall. We have the internet, we have the firewall, and all the unauthorized traffic is blocked at the firewall, and authorized traffic is allowed to pass into the network. Just a summary: while some firewalls offer virus protection, and a firewall is not a replacement for anti-spyware or antivirus software. A firewall should be used as part of a comprehensive security plan that also includes elements such as physical security, encryption, and intrusion detection systems.
So, what are honeypots? Honeypots are self-monitoring and prevention systems, which basically means they can be set on an automated pilot that when somebody tries to access them, the information about that person is automatically logged, so you can then later on check the information about the person who logged on. The way they're set up is that they shouldn't see any traffic, i.e. they shouldn't be set up as a web browser or an email address or anything that will actually be used by anybody. So when somebody does try to attack them, it's clear that that person is looking for open free ports to try to hack into your company on. There's two different types of honeypots. Two main types. There's a third one as well, but the two main types are production and research honeypots, and the third one is spam detection. The research honeypots are the one that I'm going to talk into detail for this. Well, to begin with, the research honeypots provide a lot more information than the other two do. the research honeypots will allow you to track who's attacking you and how exactly they went they went about attacking you. They help gather information about the motives of attackers and their tactics they use to try to break into systems. They don't give direct value to organizations, so no organization can profit out of the information directly, but the information is shared by the research companies or the colleges and even the military who set up these research honeypots. They're complex to deploy and to maintain, but capture a lot more information about the other two and really do help in the prevention of attacks from other people. As you can see in the diagram here, it's just a simple setup, a small little firewall that's not too hard to break, and a person then tries to hack into the honeypots using a network, and the honeypot automatically detects them and records the information, and if the person then tries another way to get in, it records the same information of the attacker, and it tries to figure out how the person got in, and it records all the information. I'll pass you on to the other lads now who are going to talk about other stuff that we have covered.
Hi, I'm Colin Hutchinson and I'm going to talk to you today about antivirus software. Antivirus software is software that is used to detect worms or viruses on your computer and then tries to get rid of them. It works by going through a database of known viruses and seeing if there's a match, or it looks for virus-like activity, or it sees what happens when it runs the virus in question. This protection is needed to help protect your computer against fraud, like people taking your pins off your bank cards or anything like that, and also just to save your files on your computer. There are 4 different types of threats. There's viruses. They're just common viruses get onto your computer and wreak havoc. Worms are the same as viruses, but they don't need human interaction. Trojans are like viruses, and you get Trojans by when you download free software off the internet. The Trojan just tags along. And greyware covers adware and spyware. Spyware is basically something like a keylogger, where they keep a log of all the keys you press on your keyboard, take pins or bank details. And adware is basically where you have a virus that just keeps on popping up advertisements on your computer. There's 3 different ways in which antivirus software tries to get rid of viruses, or check for viruses. It uses signature based, where it looks through basically an encyclopedia of viruses, worms, trojans, greyware, and if it finds one, it then classifies it as a virus. Heuristics is where it gets the malicious code and sees if there's anything virus-like in it, and if it is, then it takes that as a virus. And then the final one is a sandbox, where it runs it in a virtual computer environment and sees what happens, and if anything malicious happens, then it takes it as a virus. And that is all that we have to talk about on this subject.